Being highly sensitive is often misunderstood, but as you know, it is my mission and my passion to help you embrace this gift and bring it into the world at your highest potential. Watch this video. You guys know it is my mission to assist other highly sensitive people in embracing this super misunderstood quality as a gift and using it to your highest advantage and those around us. I believe highly sensitive people are coming into the world at a rapid pace right now because it's what the world truly needs. We need more feelers and healers. We need more people that are going to feel the collective unconscious and react to it and speak about it in a way that will facilitate positive change. At the moment, so many of us have grown up feeling totally misunderstood, and by feeling misunderstood, we have then misunderstood ourselves. And my mission and purpose for a lot of my videos is to help you not only understand yourself more, but to help you empower yourself to come into the world more in a bigger way. So I'm going to answer some of your questions that you've emailed me about highly sensitive people. But I'm also going to offer some tips of how to have structure and boundaries and meet the needs of being highly sensitive so that we can live at our highest potential and thrive with this amazing aspect and characteristic of ourselves. So the first thing is understanding there's nothing wrong with you, understanding that you're highly sensitive and you experience life and situations with more intensity. You have a highly sensitive nervous system. So it's interesting because most of the highly sensitive people I know or have worked with have a very attuned intuition. We are attuned to the subtle sort of things, let's say things, because there's subtle aspects of other people. We're attuned to the subtle eye movements. We're attuned to lights flickering. We're attuned to so many stimuli at once. So I can call it multidimensional. I know this affected me in school a lot. I've mentioned it in my other videos where my clothes, if it wasn't comfortable, I couldn't focus. Or the lights in the room where I'd hear the buzzing or I'd see someone or feel someone's emotion and not be able to block it or decipher it. So we're really highly attuned to things in our environment and people and other people's emotions. So I like to call it environmental sensitivity, energetically sensitive, emotionally sensitive. Some of us have some of those, a lot of us have all of those. So first thing to understand is there's nothing wrong with you. You have a highly attuned nervous system. You are stimulated in a very strong way by a lot of things, usually all at the same time. So to understand that, to also understand some other very specific things about being highly sensitive, your idea of socializing or fun is different. A lot of emails come through asking me if highly sensitive people can be extroverts or if they're just introverted. And my answer is both. But what I find for myself, I would say, extroverted introvert, where I'm very social and I love connecting. It makes me feel alive. It makes me feel at one. But I need my super alone time, and I need that every single day. I need daily alone time. And I see that with almost every highly sensitive person I've ever worked with. You need your highly sensitive alone time, I call it, where a lot of us, until we learn that this is who we are and it's a gift, we tend to shy away from the things we actually need. If you guys have watched a lot of my videos, you've seen me talk about this, and this is why I actually designed Soul Lab, which you'll see the link below for my 6-week course to empower the feelers and healers of the world. Because until we know that this is actually a gift, we think it's a detriment. And so we push away our authentic needs. And a lot of those are the boundaries we need, the balance we need, and the certain things that we need, like one is alone time to rejuvenate, but also allow our bodies the time that our bodies need to process and download all the information we're getting from all the different sources at once. If we don't do that, we can feel scattered. We can feel overwhelmed. We can feel confused. We can feel foggy. We feel worried and emotional because it's just so much stuff. So the first need I will say we need, the first thing is alone time to process. If you need help processing your emotions, check out my workbook, Spiritual Fitness. It's about mastering your emotion. So we need this balance in our environment. We need these boundaries, but one of the biggest way to accomplish both is our alone time. The second thing that changes the lives of every highly sensitive person I talk to or work with is starting a dialogue with your emotional self. So many highly sensitive people think that we are our emotions because they feel so strong and they're super overwhelming at times. But when we start a almost daily dialogue with our own emotion, we start to see that our emotion is not us, but our emotion has a message for us. And we can start to master it and train it and parent what we're feeling and create boundaries around what we're feeling and see that a lot of times what we're feeling isn't as big as we actually perceive it to be. Yes, our emotions need to be validated and they need to be acknowledged, but they don't need to be given all the power that they sometimes take from us. Instead, we can use it as super insight and see that this is what's happening on far smaller scale, but we get to experience in the bigger scale so that we can process it and come to new insights about what people might be feeling and what we feel ourselves because we feel it more. So that's where the feeling it to heal it comes in, is we feel at such a deep level to heal at such a deep level. Really important. The other thing I want to mention that a lot of people don't talk about is food. Our food and what we eat can really affect how we process. So really, for me, I get tuned into where I'm at emotionally, and I cater my diet per day towards that. Do I need more of this or less that? Do I need to be more clean because I'm not feeling as clear? Really cater to your body and your needs. Another thing that highly sensitive people can benefit from extremely is journaling. I've been doing journaling since I was 7 years old on the regular. But I noticed a year ago, I started journaling on my computer. I thought it would be cool to log things online, to not worry about where my journals are because I have 1 million at this point. And I lost something in that. So this is personal, take it or leave it. But when I put my hand to the paper, I feel a mind-body connection that's different than the computer. I feel a flow and I feel a depth and I feel an ability to clear far greater than I do with my computer. So something to think about. The journaling. Also the burning of your writing. If you're not journaling and you're just writing to have an emotional release, make sure you burn it or tear it up and get rid of it to really release it, because energetically it still is something we feel if we don't fully release. So allow yourself to fully release. What else can I say? Something life-changing for highly sensitive people as well is connecting with other highly sensitive people. I get this email all the time asking me, do I have to be in a relationship with another highly sensitive person? Is that good? Is that bad? What's your advice on it, Candace? And this is what I'll say. It's personal, but from my experience, I find it to be very successful to be in a relationship with someone that has sensitivity, but is not highly sensitive. And for me, that works because if there's too much highly sensitive things going on, it's just too overwhelming and it's not very grounding. And what I found is being in a relationship that can hold my kite string and be my rock in the world, it allows me to fly into my spiritual zone and anchor my spirituality in the world. So it's not just woo-woo and out there. It's like down here and grounded and relatable. So for me, it helps to have a partner that's a little bit of both. Another really important thing is your home life and your environment. To make sure you're clearing. I have these around me when I coach all day long, literally, to bring darkness into the light, to clear whatever's happening, to clear your own emotional space, to sage, to Palo Santo, to do whatever. Regular clearings in your space, but not only that, to create a home within your body. HSPs need to feel secure and safe. And when we can do the things that I just mentioned and feel safe within our own emotions, Safe within our own body, what we're eating, what we're wearing, what we're doing, but also safe with whose energy you let in and let out. A lot of highly sensitive people email me on the daily asking, how do I do this? How do I feel balanced in an environment with a lot of people who aren't in tune with their own emotions, a lot of people who aren't highly sensitive? How do I do it? And I say, have boundaries about how much time you spend there, and have boundaries around what you need when you're there. Do you put a white bubble of light around you? Do you say a prayer before you walk in? I have one friend that constantly clears while she's in the space of big groups. So you're constantly doing your light work around big groups of people. I find that a lot of highly sensitive people don't find it fun to be at bars or at big parties at a regular basis. And instead, your fun is more purpose-driven and more deeply connected, having deep talks with friends who get it, who are like you, having deep talks with friends that don't get it to kind of inform them around that part of themselves that could go deeper. This is what highly sensitive people love doing. We love being philosophical, deep, meditative, yoga. These are the things that we love a lot of the time. So it's knowing yourself and honoring those parts of yourself. Is there anything else I could throw in there? There were so many things I wanted to mention today. I'm going to stop with that. But continue to email me your questions and comments, and I'll be sure to add them in my next video. Be sure to check the links below, and I hope you have an amazing week. Namaste.